person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker with the required which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do so. The locker open is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. It must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective is given a locker equipped with a fingerprint activation lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the scene of the crime would have been Detective Goodman. Very well, the defense will begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I'm gonna have to start. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label the people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe it will be classified as the latter. The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you're a person of 40, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I'll bet my badge on it. Though, I'll check the court record again. There's so much evidence here. Can we fast forward this? I would like to fast forward this, but I can't. There's something that annoys me with this one. We can't fast forward it. So, did any of you catch it? And did any of you catch this? Yes, Mina, the glove. Did you catch the other thing, Mina? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you, yeah, since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or meekness. Having been shown the questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now, please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claim that the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you're so positive of him being him. Yeah, they are. So here we have actually something else to going on. Regarding the video contained in this videotape, there's one thing in particular that seems strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. You would want me to point it out? Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. I had to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time I ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward or rewind. Okay, so now we get the ability to fast forward and replay. Please don't play it too many times. I can't. Watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not be Goodman? So let's go fast forward. Enter. Go forward. Oh. The thing is that's strange about this video has got to be this. Yes, that is strange. Something certainly seems unnatural about that. What could it mean? Wait. The point? What you're looking for is one thing and one thing only. Something that indicated a man might not be Detective Goodman. What? But I did. This is so annoying. Well, there's another thing that we can use. There are two things we can use here, but primarily the glove. But there's another thing. So let's see if you caught that when we got there. And it's not the glove. The thing is, oh come on. Ugh, this is so annoying. This is so very annoying. I mean, the glove is one thing, and then there's the other thing there. But what? Yeah, you can't see it here, so. Come on. This case is not without its flaws, even though it's one of my favorite ones. I remember one particular thing. I remember getting absolutely sick and tired of this song simply because of this. I mean, when it comes down to it, I'm just going to search for which frame it is, if it becomes necessary, because this is the thing. Nope. Okay, screw it. I'm just going to find the exact frame. This is the thing that annoys me with this one. SL9 case video inspection. Ace Attorney. Let's see. Rise from the ashes. It's just annoying. So this is This is this one. And it's the this one, I believe. So here we go, videotape. Ah, that's the other thing. There's another thing. And else apparently. So there's another thing that's easier actually than just doing that. So we're going to take the second one. It's so annoying. So you can either take the glove and getting it in the right frame and stuff. Oops. Or you can do the other thing, which is this one. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. Yeah, the easy route is. I can't be bothered trying to figure out which frame it is. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match, the light turns on and the locker is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. So, if so, then something is seriously wrong about this picture. If the victim reaches for the handle and to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier. I get so sick and tired of this song. This song is luckily not used too much in this series of games. This is not the last time we hear this song, but it's a long time until next time. Yeah, the slow sound of insanity reaches into your soul. Exactly, you get so tired of the Blue Badger with this case. On the right side though, when next he shows up, he's a welcome, like just a welcome homage to this one. What's this? It's already lit! Precisely my point, Your Honor. The lock was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the lockers are controlled by an electronic system. When the door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert within this. That is not likely, Your Honor. The sensor will detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show that novices should keep their mouths shut. Yeah, the glove. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the system sensor. Something? Jam the sensor? Say... There's something else that seems out of place in this video. Oh yeah, I thought so too. This could be another clue someone's footage. Okay, I was wrong then. This is where we actually have to present the thing. Oops. This is where I have to present the rubber glove. Oh, we're not done with this tape anytime soon, Alex. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. At least there's no music now. Thank goodness. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out of when doors are opened. I often fall out and roll great distances. We can't be sure, but that item was completely inside that locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? Well, the mascot is put here to like keep it safe during a lot of activity at the police station. This white thing wasn't inside that locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator, but at a crime scene. There just might have been something like that fits the description. But sir, by insulator you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. Very well, will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? By the way, can anyone else see what Edgeworth has done with this witness? This line of logic that we're pursuing here, can anyone see what he's doing? Now that I pointed out that... I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was inside the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lamp lit was clearly attesting this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is that not so, Miss Officer Meekins? Sir, it would appear so, sir. Order! 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 So, we are we to believe then that the victim whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated the possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir? Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Very well, begin your testimony. There is another thing that proves the man was Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. An ID record, I see. I have the ID code record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 514 was that of the victim. Just before the crime. Yes, without a doubt this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why are there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There are only a few cases for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now, let's move on to the cross-examination. So, we already... Yeah, that's exactly it, Pix. So... we have a lost and found record here, which is being written by Goodman. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report. It's only half completed, but it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess, you believe this something was his ID card, that right? I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. Water. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order! Order! So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order! 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 Does the prosecution have a response? I only have one thing to say to defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. So what did we just do? We have just been following this trail of breadcrumbs mindlessly, not really thinking about the repercussions of doing so. But bravo? Allow me to summarize the defense argument. At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes? What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is... well, I guess that's right. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed so content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't going to end well. Well, well, it seems like you've finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means that the murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office, the murderer being the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Ah. I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly is this victim Miss Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana... What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Objection! One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Oh. Yeah, there are so many good things about this, but like even if you couldn't write something like this, you can take wisdom from it and just examine like the hows and whys, because this is a very good like case study on how to do like maneuverings like this in writing. It is amazingly done this here. So how to like get it to work somehow is really cool. But just this writing here, the writing in this case is amazing, and it fits the character so well because Felix will just mindlessly rush into something and just point at every little thing, and it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I need to start editing the VODs of this. I think I will try to do it this weekend. Try to. Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not, but I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. Yeah, exactly. The security video did not show the actual murder. However, it cannot be said that is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Oh, nightmares. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, the other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I am sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. It just might be my chance. Time to call certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean, Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness? Oh, whom do you have in mind? Someone we have very reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testified. What is her name? That is Jake Marshall. We're almost done with this case now. This is just before the ending of this case, so we're like just a couple of seconds away from ending the stream here. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? No, not going to be playing Minecraft on stream after this is over because I am already 1 minute overdue when I should stop. Especially if I want to get some good sleep. I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He is in charge of the evidence room. I think we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense request. Since he was